Hi, hi everybody. Chrissy Shirley here, Hamilton, New Zealand, and I am doing a podcast and asking lots of questions about what it means to age gracefully or disgracefully, actually. That's my new awareness from the podcast that I did last week. And today I want to talk a little bit about living indefinitely. So I've been thinking about what that means, and I invite your suggestions as well. So I learned that term from a man called Gary Douglas, and I think what he means is when you choose to live indefinitely, you're not actually, a lot of people seem to reach the age where they are waiting to die. Um, and what that means is that they're just filling in their time. And that's why when you choose to live indefinitely, you're living every moment of your day. So I'm starting to kind of ask questions around how can I live indefinitely, enjoy my life every moment of every day, every moment. And one of the things that I became aware of from talking about aging disgracefully was it's a really good idea to have targets, even a target in a day or a target for the year or some targets for the year. So some people might call that goals, and that's probably a very similar thing. For me, a target is something that you shoot for. So you can have a big target and you're not going to judge yourself if you don't achieve it, but you can keep on shooting for it. One of my targets is to be a highly skilled jazz pianist. And I've had that as a target for many years, over 10 years. And now I'm discovering ways to actually play jazz in the very, very beginning stages of it. But um, I'm aware that now I'm having a target to practice my jazz exercises every day for 1 hour, and my target is 2 hours. Now, I'm telling you this because sometimes when you say it, you speak it out loud, I think that helps to create it. Do you have any targets, any goals that you would like to achieve? And I don't think it really matters whether you think it's possible or not. It might be just something that you're shooting for. Um, what are some other things? What are some of the ways that we can live where we actually really excited about waking up in the morning and getting on with our day? What what makes you excited? What are some of the things that you can? So also, guess what? I wore my lipstick today because that was somebody else's suggestion, and I'm going to put on lipstick just for the fun of it. And if I don't feel like it, I won't. But I'm going to go swimming this morning after I've had my practice. I'm choosing the language I'm using is access consciousness language. So it's really just a way of being more positive. And I want to talk to this lady who actually said that she'd had an accident with a car and she had problems with her thinking. I don't know whether she used the word problems, but she said she'd like to turn around her thinking. And that's another awareness that I've been having too, is to talk to yourself positively. So I think you can just choose, you can actually decide that. Like, if you ever notice yourself kind of thinking that you can't achieve something or thinking that not so much a failure, but I've been saying to myself, I'm just choosing, I'm successful, I'm highly successful, and being that energy of success. Now, I don't know what that's going to create, but as you know, I'm still a facilitator and I still, well, you may not know that. And so I'm still creating classes and I still see lots of clients, and I'm choosing to be highly successful. And I was listening to a podcast the other day of somebody who said it's really good to share your successes. Wow, I have never thought to do that. I think it's for you to be aware of the successes, even something as good as I made a nice cake today, or maybe I might share some successes with my piano, or just share some of the successes that I've had with my clients, people who have turned their lives around from having energy. I would call it energy sessions. There's different processes that I facilitate with people, and that turns their lives around. So I may share some successes around that as well, of people who've had huge success. Um, and yeah, so I'm thinking, so what successes? Isn't that a good question? What successes can I share? Um, and I think what that does is it gets you to start to think of the things that you are thrilled about, proud of yourself for. It's about being proud of you. How does it get better than that? So I'm just hoping that that might help that lady who was saying that she had a car accident, and that, yeah, having a car accident does it does twist your thinking, but be aware too that it's very easy to pick up other people's thoughts. um, I had an e-bike, which I think I've sold the e-bike because I decided I wasn't going to use it. I'm not going to take the risk of falling off it, because with an e-bike, it's quite heavy and you can go very fast and you can fall off quite quickly. That's my interesting point of view. Don't take it out of this. If you're good at your e-bike, don't stop riding your e-bike. But I'm just aware that when you have an accident, it does actually, your thinking changes. So be aware of your thinking. One of the things you can do is you can pock and pod. I know that. And you don't have to know what that means. If anyone wants to know what it means, just send me a message and I'll direct message you what that means. You can just say to yourself, I've got those thoughts, pock and pod, and then you can ask a question like, how does it get better than this? Or you can start saying to yourself, what would I really like to think here? This is what I'm teaching myself, right? What would I like to think here? Well, I'd like to think that that was just a hiccup. That might be one way I would say it to myself. That's just a hiccup, because a hiccup, you just get over it really quickly. And it's about reframing it, I guess you could say, and saying to yourself, you know what, I'm amazing. Even if you just say it to yourself, you know what, I'm amazing. There was a time when I used to say, when people would say, how are you? I'd say, I'm amazing. And I think it makes you feel amazing. You can try it. How does it get better? What would it take for us to be amazing and feel amazing? And I think that makes you feel great. So it's about choosing to make yourself feel great. You're looking for the ways that you can feel, excuse me, happy. Playing beautiful music makes you happy too. So what are some of the ways that you are living indefinitely? Would you like to share some of those ways? And thank you for listening.